amigas, si hay un campo en donde se tiene gran desarrollo en innovación, es la medicina. Ya sea tratamientos, ya sea equipos, ya sea en muchas cosas. Y por eso me da mucho gusto tener aquí al profesor Ray Fis del Rambam Medical Center, del Centro Médico Rambam. No es un hospital, es un centro de investigación, además de todo eso. Doctor, thank you for being with us. I want to ask you, innovation in medicine and healthcare and everything, it's very important now. You discover some things. In some years, this is going to be changing every day. How do you see this innovation? Where are we going to be there?
Well, innovation in medicine goes in a very progressive way. It's a cycle, it's a continuous cycle. You start from a problem, you go through development, you solve the problem,
yes.
You get it into the market, it expands, and then other problems evolve, or better treatment evolve, and then you take another cycle of innovation. Each cycle like that makes a company and makes a new treatment, which in general should, one, make a patient, give him a better treatment for now, and today people are looking also at the cost. So let's say you have one device to treat coronary artery disease and you come with a new device. So you have to, first of all, you have to prove that this is good for the patients and better than the previous technologies that are there to get to the market. But the second thing, and it has to be cheaper, because the payer today is not ready many times to pay for more expensive technology. Yes. This is always a struggle between the new technology and the payer. The payer, which is the insurance company,
or the client,
they're also cost sensitive. You know, some of the people can say, I would pay any money for it.
Yes, everybody will say, we'll pay any money.
Yeah.
Still, they send you the bill. That's where you say, I cannot pay everything.
So in any innovation, and in a cycle like that, I would say the commercial part is very important. What we call the business part. The reimbursement is important. Will we get reimbursement? You know, some technologies, for example, don't get new reimbursement. Let's say, today we have stents. There is reimbursement for stent, but somebody will come with a better stent. A little bit better stent, with better results, but he may want to have higher price, but nobody will pay the higher price.
Then one second, let's do something. Stay there. Just to continue. Let's do another epoch, just to change it. Now, this is where I'm going to edit it, so we can stay. I don't need to be there now anymore, so. All right. In this area of innovation, many have talked about personal medicine that we're getting to have, because now you know you have I don't know, a cold. This is the medicine, but now they will have with artificial intelligence and that personal medicine or personal treatment, just to the point. Is that what we are going with the DNA, with the
yes.
artificial intelligence?
And we see, I've seen a lot of companies developing in this direction.
Yes.
Really, taking the DNA of the patient, yes. Taking the proteins of the patient, specific response of the patient to a specific disease. You have to analyze this disease. You can use artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data analysis, and with all of this together, you can come with let's say, the best match of drug for specific thing. I can give you an example. There is a company called OncoHost that is doing this. It came from the idea from a professor from the Technion. A professor in cancer in the Technion. He said, I'm going to look somebody with cancer, new cancer. It's a lung cancer. You take blood test and you look at the proteins of the blood, specific few proteins, and based on this analysis of these proteins, you can predict which drug will be best for for this patient. This is very personalized. But this is one example how proteomics and AI can help the patient. You do the same thing with genetics. You do the same thing with genetic markers. You know the same thing with artificial intelligence to look at pathological preparation also, that today is only done by the pathologist, but in the future the computer will actually, and with AI can do a better analysis even than the physician. You can do it also with radiology. For example, there's a company, AI Doc, that when a patient comes to the for example, emergency room with a stroke or with some lung problems, you take an X-ray. Automatically, the machine AI will analyze the X-ray and tell you this patient is very at high risk. You should approach him first, and the other one is low risk. Take your time, or something like that. And this is done before the doctor even saw him, or anything like that. So all of these things we will see happening in the next few years. And even today, not even the next.
No,
it's already here.
Happening. But many say that it's a problem also, and a danger. Because now people, like you said, we have artificial intelligence. I have a doctor on my cell phone. Who can decide what is the best thing for me? If an artificial intelligence says, I'm feeling this, like this, and they give me a procedure, or do I have to go to a doctor, or do I have to go to the hospital, or the hospital is going to become, I don't know, a place when you don't have any other kind? What is going, what are you looking at this medical center in Rambam?
After all, there's always going to be a doctor behind any new technology. Let's say you have an app that can tell you I can analyze your CT and I'll tell you exactly what disease do you have. I mean, it can advise to the doctor. Today I don't think that we can let the machine decide by itself. There's always behind it, because it's not accurate 100%. It may be more accurate in doctor, but we know that AI is also what we call hallucinations.
But, and tell me something, we were talking about personal medicine, but also it's a good advance in remote medicine. I'm talking for Mexico, it's very important. There are places where you cannot go inside, or there are places where something happened, I don't know, in the mountains there, or it was now in Yucatan, Veracruz, in Puebla, something, and you need to be there and follow it. That's also a lot of innovation there, to have. You don't have to move all a hospital there. You can do it and take that. It's something that also is very important in the Rambam Medical Center. No?
Yeah, we do have, for example, a remote medicine for diabetic patients, for example. Let's say you have a diabetic patient, he lives far away from him, he's intensely diabetic. You see him once. You don't have to see him anymore. You can monitor him from a distance. We have devices that
diabetes is a very important problem in Mexico.
And you can actually advise on exact treatment. You don't have, the patient doesn't have to come to the clinic, wait for 3 hours on the bench to see the doctor and go back. So it's done already. We have, it's not done full scale, but it can be done, and it will be done much in a better way. And by the way, the patients who do it love it. I mean, why do I have to go and see the doctor every 2 weeks?
Exactly. I can check my results, I can do it and send it to the doctor via WhatsApp or via Telegram.
Same thing, you can monitor blood pressure from a distance, you can monitor all the heart problems from a distance. You can implant devices in the body. A company called, also a company out of Israel, that implants in the heart something that measures the pressure in the heart, in heart failure patients. Send it to the clinic, and if the patient deteriorates at home, he gets a message, be careful, take your drugs, take double amount of drugs.
You're doing too much exercise,
you forgot to take your drugs, take your drugs, something like that. So that's happening today.
Tell me something about that. It's going to be medicine and these devices, they are going to control our lives? Because now, they tell you, you are diabetes or you are overweight, and yeah, all right, give me another cake. That someday it will, like you said with the car, that you are going to eat a cake and the machine or somebody is going to have in your cell phone or in your brain and say, don't eat it, it's going to control our life. There is a job there that you see, you ask for a pizza and the machine tells you, you cannot eat pizza, you eat pizza here, you have to eat, please eat this. It's going to control our lives.
Well, there is a risk that we have to be careful of. That, I mean, for example, I know, you know, sometimes that if you have AI in bureaucracy, and if something goes wrong, then you can't solve it.
No, who is going to pay for it?
Yeah. So, but I think that we have a society, we have to keep the control. I mean, there's always have to be human factor behind the machines that actually decide. The machine can help you make the decision, can help you implement, can help you analyze the data, but you have at the end to make the decision yourself. So it obviously it helps. There might be an app that you take a picture of your throat and tells you have a disease and better to take this type of drugs. It can get them.
It has to be controlled, but it can be.
Today you can
your wife is going to call you and say, you see, they call me from your cell phone that you are eating too much. Leave it.
Yeah.
You are going to be in your office now.
But the way I think it's going to develop for the better, for better control of our lives with ourselves, helping with help of machines which will make our life more easy.
All right. For people who wants to know, Rambam is a huge place. It's an hospital. It's an investigation center. It has an educational part. It's a complete part there. In what areas are you looking at in Rambam? Because you cannot tell me, we are looking at everything in medicine. It's huge. What are the best areas you can say are specialized in Rambam Medical Center, or where people should look at it?
Well, cardiovascular, very, very important.
They told me they have a very good surgery there, and that was the director, and it's a very good one there.
Then there's also very huge opportunity in cancer. We have a huge cancer center, whether it's going to be the solid cancer or whether it's hematological cancer with CAR T cells and the new immunological therapy for that. We have a very strong surgery department in general with surgical innovations.
With remote surgery also, with robots and everything, no?
With
you are part of it.
Yeah, we've developed those in-house, and there are many more others. I mean, I wouldn't go OBGYN. I mean, we all the centers, but the big part of, I mean, the most widely, prevalent problems are in those areas which I mentioned. Pediatrics also. Pediatrics, we have, I mean, especially pediatric cancer, new treatment and new everything. So there is huge opportunities, and also it goes well with the clinical ability.
And if you have the opportunity, you, like doctor, professor, to say, I want to solve this problem, this medicine problem, this health problem, which one will it be? Which one is in your mind? Because you say cancer, you say, but there are many things. Which one do you think it's, for you, very important and you will love it to find, this is the problem and I would love to see the...
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, I'm a cardiologist, so I've been working all my life on heart problems, and still, it's not solved, but it's moved a lot forward. I think that the brain is really the next future, the next frontier, to be able to treat better stroke patients, the patients with degenerative diseases. We live longer, so we have more neurological problems. So I think, and that's where we also guide the hospital. Brain is really something what we are focusing on. We put a lot of pressure into that, a lot of resources into that, and we have an excellent team that we can work with to develop those areas.
And two more questions just to finish. Which ones do you think are the risk in this innovation and this urgency to find new things? Which ones are the risk about that? Because we want everything to be already, we have to find a cure for cancer, we have to find a cure, we have to find it. Which ones are the risks about it?
Well, the risks are, that in every development, there is always risk and there is de-risking. Let's start with a new concept. I think that I can use this device in a better way in this disease. Okay, prove it. You don't go directly to a patient because you may die. So you have to de-risk it. So you first of all go and develop a device and try it in a model with plastic. You went through that model, a little bit less risk, but you still don't go to the patient. You go to the animal, and you do it in a large animal. You prove that it works in an animal, so it's less risk. And then you go to a small group of patients, you call it first in man, and you explain to every patient, this is the first time that we do it for you. No, there is risk there, but many patients say yes, many patients say no. But, and then you analyze the data. If there's too much risk, you either kill the project, or you solve the problem that caused the risk, and you do more de-risking. And then there's also a commercial risk. You get to a device. You proved it, it's safe, it's effective, but you can't sell it. The company goes down.
And in that way, I have the last question. You have been many years like a surgeon, like a doctor, like a professor, like director of this hospital, medical center, Rambam. Which one's the most surprising thing for you that you said, I couldn't believe somebody invented this, innovated in this? It doesn't have to be a discovery, it has to be an innovation. Which one? Don't tell me the tents and the robotics, but which one it was the thing you said, I couldn't believe somebody will get it. That thing. And
I'll tell you, one thing which is one of the most amazing development is a company called InsightTech. This is a company that uses many beams of ultrasound on the skull and focus in one point in the brain,
right,
and heats it to a temperature of 60 degrees. And if you hit the right target, it solves the problem of tremor in Parkinson, in essential tremor. This is something which amazed me the first. We've done now over hundreds of patients with these technologies all over the world, and I think this is one of the bright development of a bright engineer. By the way, this engineer had himself Parkinson just very recently and was treated with a device that he invented.
All right, that's incredible.
Yeah. So that's actually...
I hope it also helps Alzheimer and other mental.
Well, there is way. I mean, it may have many other things, but it's the beginning of the way. But again, amazing technology, I would say. We call it space technology, but it's not a space, it's in the brain.
All right. So we will be following all the innovation and everything that you do and all the equipment the team do in Rambam Medical Center, because I think it's every day it's surprising. Every day it's a news. You can follow them in Diario, Judío and in Mundo, but it's surprising what we can do now in health medicine that we didn't do 2 days before. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gracias, amigos. Hasta el próximo programa de Mundo Innovación, de Mundo Ejecutivo, y tendremos más cosas innovadoras. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias, Isaac.
Gracias.
Sí, porque